Clear of snow, but that's not the only factor to get kids back to school. Katie Lusso is looking into why one of our largest districts, Montgomery County, is closed for a third day in a row.
While the roads are clear in some parts of Montgomery County, tonight there's still no pavement in sight for others.
I was taking the trash out tonight, and there's ice, and it's very precarious.
Montgomery County Council Vice President Will Jawando supports the decision to close schools for a third day.
I think people see their street and some parts are clean. They're like, why aren't we going to school? But you have to remember, we've got 500 square miles, a lot of different types of land mass. We're a big system, 211 schools, 160,000 just about students, 100,000 of whom take the bus. So we have to make sure that that's safe. About half of the school parking lots are not clear yet.
We stopped by several schools across Montgomery County. Here at Bradley Hills Elementary School, you can see the parking lot. Well, it's pretty much clear. But check this out. Look at all of this snow here in the parking lot of Ritchie Park Elementary School in Rockville.
Do you feel like you were prepared to handle this, or is there stuff you're going to take away from this to improve on?
We were definitely prepared for this storm. The storm was more complex than most of the storms we have in this region.
Chris Conklin is the director of the Montgomery County Department of Transportation. He says school parking lots are the responsibility of MCPS.
And of course, we have to have the county streets ready for them to be able to open school, but they have more things they have to take care of, like making sure all the buses are cleared off and that all the school sites are prepared.
Jawando says while 3 snow days in a row may be frustrating for some, safety remains a priority.
I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I got 4 kiddos at home. We want to make sure that everyone in the county is safe, and you have to kind of make that everyone decision. And it's not an easy decision. It's always tough. But I think in this case, it makes sense given the condition, the ice, the refreezing.
In Montgomery County, Katie Lusso, WUSA 9.
All right, so while the kids are enjoying this time off, this closure could impact when school ends for the year. Stay with me now. MCPS planned for 2 emergency closures this year. Tomorrow will be the 3rd. That's just this week. They've got 10 makeup days built into the calendar for the school year. There are 3 days that can be used before the district has to push back the last day of school. So let's hope they get back to school this week.
I know, soon. Okay,
Soon.
and something else that came up during Katie's conversation with Councilmember Jawando, passable roads. Today, the Maryland Department of Transportation shared these pictures right here, and they say this right here is a passable road that's been plowed and treated. Well, MDOT says you likely won't see bare pavement during this period, and Councilmember Jawando says he'd like to see changes to the definition of passable roads.
There are some roads that I have seen that are considered passable that are not passable. And it's one thing to say we need to get there again because it snowed again or it refroze, but it's another thing to say that something that really isn't passable is passable. So I do think there's some room to look into that.
Yeah, so City Council does have the power to redefine the standards for a passable road, but if they do, the change would only apply to county roads.